I want to see if I can explain this in a way that makes sense to the most amount of people. And I want to try and deliver it in a way that isn't all woo woo. It isn't all mystical. It isn't this fanciful thing. It's really just it's more simple than people realize, and it actually I think it can really help a lot of people if they understood this concept, this ancient concept of brilliant sanity. But what it is that everyone sees the world through a filter, and of course nobody believes that they see the world through a filter. They think that they're seeing the world as it is, and they're perceiving reality as it is. But the filter is, I mean, if you've ever heard this story about, this old fish, this old wise fish comes up and swims up to these other two young fish and says, "Hi boys, how's the water?" And they're kind of like, "Oh, it's good." And the old fish swims away, and then the one fish says to the other fish, "What the hell is water?" And so that's what the filter is. Like, you are constantly perceiving things through a filter, and that filter uses concepts. It uses words. It uses language. It uses ideas, and all these things created by our culture, by our society, and these are the things that you cannot see. You can't see your culture until you've lived in another culture. But this thing that you call you is really just a projection. It's really just a hallucination, a mirage, and so what brilliant sanity is perceiving the world exactly how it is, with no filter, and that's way easier said than done. But the first thing that you have to do is actually start to believe and start to know that you have a filter. Everyone does. I do as well. And I am not trying to claim that I'm somebody out there that sees the world more accurately than anybody else, because that's not me. But think about it this way. So, like, how it's called brilliant sanity because the way that we live is actually a little bit insane. The way that we think, culture actually creates this insanity. This insanity that that you have to have that amazing purse, that amazing bag, that Lamborghini, that the next big house. You need to have, you have to have that pair of shoes. Like, that is an insanity that is created by the world around us. Think about it this way too. Like, how insane is it that, like, this motion, like walking up to a sink and like grabbing a plate, and this motion causes pain. Like, doing dishes causes pain. That is insane. If you're seeing the world accurately, there's nothing that should cause pain or resistance in you from doing chores, from doing the things that are going to help your family, help yourself, and that are going to make your environment more beautiful or better. And so what I'm really trying to say is that there's this you inside of you that doesn't exist, that is actually what you're filtering all of your perception through. And so the more you can at least recognize and see this filter that you're seeing things through, the more sane you become, until the fact that you realize that, oh, like this mirage is causing me to do things that is a little bit insane.